So when our heroes last left off, fighting for their lives against the aspect of fire, they had managed to draw the creature towards their location, towards the seal, to which they are preparing the ritual for. As the aspect approached, several other elementals began closing in. The small army you had brought with you had gone off to fight with these other elementals, leaving the aspect in your capable hands. As the battle raged on, you noticed that weapons that weren't enchanted with magic seemed to have less effect on it. However, your abilities to muster spell and magical arms alike have served you well. Tutu doing an incredible amount of damage in a short burst, only to find that for every hit she did, fire would splash back out into her face. It is during this time that Maston, wielding the Borealis, in a moment of trying to keep everyone safe, put a wall of ice in between everyone and the aspect of fire, except Tutu, who now lay on the ground, conscious, but prone. We return our sights to this battle, as Ian, it is now your turn. There's a 10-foot wall of ice in front of you. What do you do?
I have a question for Andy.
Hmm.
Would you be willing to drop the concentration on the wall now or no?
Well, I had to wait until my turn. It's a
No, concentration
you
is
can-
dropped whenever.
Yeah.
Oh, I can. Yeah, then I'll just drop it now. I thought you had to drop it on your turn.
Sweet.
All right, the
Sure.
wall. Maston, seeing, giving your party enough space and time, you drop the wall so that they may continue the attack.
Alrighty.
Move,
Cool.
move.
Now let's get really close to it and hit it, which is probably a bad idea, but whatever. Anyway, Reckless.
Go for it.
First attack. Double nat 20s. Alright.
Go for it.
It's gonna be that kind of night. For 19 non-magical bludgeoning.
All right.
Second attack. Oh shit, that should have 2 more damage in it for 21. I forgot about the rage damage because it turned off. 23
23 absolutely hits.
or 14 damage.
All right.
And then still hasted, so I get haste attack for 17.
All right. 17 to hit. I believe that does hit.
Ooh. Had me scared there for a minute. For 10 more damage.
10. All right. Give me 1 second. As I need to roll a thing for you, and hold on. So fun fact: a light bulb blew out earlier today in my room, and now there's just this sort of like the center of the bulb is stuck in there, so I can't change my light bulb.
Oh, I've had that happen. It's
But
it did in my fridge too. So.
But all 3 of your strikes does cause the heat to rise, as you take, in total, between all 3 of them, 15 points of fire damage.
Holy shit. So, Surge of Vigor.
Alright.
That happens. Also, you put me to 1 health. 1.
Rocco, just stop hitting the fire creature!
And then roll Surge of Vigor for 6.
Alright. Hey, it's better than nothing.
And now I will try the dumb idea I have. Next turn.
Alright. Cross that.
Alright. I forget, was I knocked prone?
No?
I
No.
was not.
Nope. You're still in your tree, and if I remember correctly, you were hiding. I don't know how...
No, I thought I was knocked out by the creature.
Yeah, they
Jumping
did move
back or
into their...
something.
That was 2 turns ago, though. I think you had a round since then.
Had I?
I don't remember.
Let's see.
I don't remember
Well, yeah.
either.
You gotta strike with your longbow. You did that. That happened. Then that. I would say for the benefit of your doubt, we can assume Make me a stealth check. We'll see if you're hiding.
Okay, I guess, yeah, there is a little bit of unburnt tree there I could hide in. Although, if I can, I might move away from it, just in case it tries to step forward again.
All right.
I'm gonna zip over here and try to hide over here, I think.
Oh, we might be getting a Laura here.
All right.
Getting a what?
No, wait, Laura's already here. Lol.
Wow.
Right.
I'm glad you're
All
paying
right.
so much
All right. Just
attention.
stealth. You run to the tree and hide behind it, and you're able to kind of like stealth.
Yes. And then I will do what I do best.
All right. Go for it.
Oh,
Go.
damn.
Yeah. All right. 20.
Don't forget your double sneak attack.
Yeah.
Rolled again.
Oof. Oof.
Nice.
Them some spicy numbers.
Sheesh.
30, 45 damage. Reduced to
Okay.
22. Oof.
That is still a good chunk right there.
Oh no,
Payback
no.
for knocking me over.
All right, yeah. As you launch your arrow into it, you kind of actually knock off. You actually hit one of the horns on its side, and you can see the arrow clean through, causing one of the horns to fall to the ground.
Well, we've done, counted the fact that Rocco is attacked at 21. We've done like 60 damage to it this round.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that's still great.
All right. Is that your turn?
Yeah, I guess it is.
All right. It's the Aspect's turn, and he was not a fan of that. He's gonna go over, and I'm going to say for just sake of flavoring, he's gonna move over, and he's gonna pick up the ash snake, tossing it towards these, towards Big Terrence and Benna, and yeet, kind of knocking them over, as it's going to then move into this space, all for sake of flavor, of course. And that whole section of the tree line is going to be consumed by the fire.
Now, see, here's the question: do it to opportunity attack or to not?
That is up to you.
I'm going to opt to not.
All right. And Tutu, you also get the opportunity attack if you want, but keep in mind that you are at disadvantage because you are prone.
Yeah, that doesn't seem like a good idea right now.
All right. You do not. And the aspect moving there. All right. As it consumes these parts of the trees, just you see the inferno burn again brighter. As the aspect seems to neat. Flares up once again, just the roaring fire of it all consuming. And how far did it move? Would have been 4, so 20. Oh yeah, it's got enough movement to get back. Yes, cool. It will then move up to here.
Ooh, this is actually a perfect time to use my cone. Oh.
Getting another 4 steps of the tree. The process. I always forget what tool it is. There it is. Getting that. Cool beans. As you keep hammering away into this thing, it seemingly grows hotter and hotter as it consumes more of these trees here. And Ian, and it's going to look down at you. As you're basically the only thing within its range at the moment, and... Actually, no. Hold on. It's not going to do that. It is going to move up to there. But I'm going to need Lyran and Maston. I need you to make me dex saves.
Oh boy, I called this.
Don't
I was
forget,
about to
bless,
say, you mentioned this
guys.
like a
Yeah.
There we go.
Alright, that's one success.
By the way, Ian, you're no longer blessed, man.
fuck.
You Tutu lost the blessing concentration.
I completely spaced that, so I think that 15 shouldn't hit then.
15 would not have hit. You are correct.
So,
Thank you.
I'll tell
so
you how.
give it,
Yeah.
it's 4.
Heal
It's
for
4
10.
damage. Heal for 4, actually. That's the last one.
Alright,
The
cool.
last one was 10, so 5.
Alright.
Yep.
Last one did 10 damage in total.
Oh,
Reduced to
my
5.
bad. I can't do math. I apologize.
That also meant that some of the damage you took should go away.
Yep.
How about
Oh,
we
yeah.
both just heal 5 because that's how much I delta is.
You know, it
See,
sounds fair.
I don't know.
Alright, you two. You succeed, so you take half damage.
Is it
Ooh.
fire damage?
Yes, and it's a very good thing you succeeded.
Yeah.
Ooh. Alright, you take 31 points of fire damage, reduced by half to 15, and Maston...
I also have fire resist.
Oh, good! In that case, you both only take 7 points of damage.
Huzzah.
For any of you concentrating, I need a concentration check, which you are not. Lyran, I believe you are concentrating on something.
Yep.
What was Lion
Still
concentrating on again?
Haste.
My haste.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Which you...
Good thing you were blessed.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm so
that-
glad I'm blessed.
With that blessing, you are able to keep... You are able to keep concentration on haste. Alright.
Saw
Recycler
my life flash
protect.
before my eyes.
Alright. 2-2. You are burnt, you are... You are burnt, you are beaten, you are on the floor.
Ooh, getting up. Theoretically, maybe. It would be nice if my computer cooperated. Going over here, let's see. I'm gonna yell to Maston, hey, if you can keep it from getting at some trees, that would be great. And let's see, is aid bless or aid? Bless or aid? Let me look at my shit.
It
real
gives you
quick.
temporary HP.
Yeah. Well, it gives you extra, but yeah.
Yeah, but does give you a lot.
Yeah.
And with the amount of damage this thing outputs, the 4 HP is not going to really do anything most likely.
Aid is 5 HP.
Oh.
And to be fair, Ian just skipped death on 1 HP.
Yeah.
Technically he didn't because he missed the last hit, but yes.
Yeah. Alright, aid again on self, Cosset, Ian, and I think that's it. What the
Alright.
Apologies for that.
Alright, you all gain... Your maximum HP increases by 5, and you all gain 5 hit points.
No, bless.
Oh, okay, never mind. You are all blessed.
Like, considering my
I'm sorry,
saving
I have-
throw... Yeah. This thing does a
Yeah.
ton of saving throws, so it makes more sense to bless.
Alright. Is that your turn?
And, oh, I'm still hasted, right? I can do action things.
You can!
Other
Yeah,
second action.
yeah, you're hasted by Cassette. Yep.
Be nice to be able to pull up my fucking sheet. Can I think I have a healing potion. Can I like chug that?
I'll let you chug it.
Nice. I will, once my sheet decides to load, I will chug that, and otherwise go next to Ian and use bonus action help, and then other action to chug potion, unless you would prefer I did not.
No, you have your hasted action, so you can you can use the help action or the bonus action.
Okay.
Gives you the ability to
alright.
do either. So
That's 2d4 plus 4?
Plus 2.
2d4 plus 2.
Okay. I have no brain right now.
All good.
I get that many hit points. Yay.
All right, 7, not bad. Maston.
All right, so Maston would. Okay, so if I do a cone at an angle, so basically it would just be like a square, basically almost, right? Or I'm just wondering how cones at angles work.
So
In theory, you can in fact kind of do this, yes, if that's what you're.
Yeah, I just don't want to hit these guys, so I'm probably gonna do it slightly closer. I just don't want to hit 2-2 Ian or the bandit leader and the owl up
I mean,
there.
you gotta remember, the closer you get to, the thinner the cone is at that point, right?
Yeah, but it should. I just need to hit these two and preferably this guy over here. So.
Well, I mean, those things are just decorations, dude. I don't think they're actually involved in the fight.
yeah, no, the only thing you have to worry about is the
Yeah,
aspect.
the other stuff is just decorations. I don't worry about the decoration.
Yeah, your allies have the other things covered at the moment because you did bring a small army.
Yeah.
Considering,
Well, you know, might as well.
considering he just picked up a snake and chucked it for a free action, it's obviously the non-factor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're,
So I
they're
could
not.
go. I could go here, use the cone, and then back away immediately, and still have like 15 movements left.
Yeah, what do you want?
Yet code this thing doesn't have legendary actions.
Yeah.
Oh no,
But
it
it-
does.
Oh, so you just haven't been using them.
No, I've used them
Oh,
before.
he's used one.
He was using them plenty last game, man. He just didn't use them right now.
Fair enough.
Do you think I should use the cone right now, or just wait off on it?
That is up to you.
I mean, the thing is, it's got legendary resistances.
Yeah, so I don't want to exactly waste it quite yet. You know what? In the meantime, you know what? I'll just cast Aura Vitality and heal 2/2. In the meantime, just for getting them trapped.
That makes
Alright.
more sense, yeah.
So take 6
Valid.
points of healing, and as movement, I will begin breaking off from Myron a little bit, so that way we're not directly in this. We're not clumped together.
All right, and all right, 2/2. You heal 6 points, and Maston, to note, you're concentrating.
Yes, so I will do that right now.
All right. The aspect. Yeah, he doesn't like that. He's going to. You can see him actually kind of like reach in, break off what seems to be a part of like that sort of rib cage looking structure, and for 2 of his legendary actions, he's gonna chuck it right here. I need both Maston and Lyran to give me dex saves.
Again.
Damn it! I lost
Damn.
my aura. I lost my aura. Oh wait, no, I have to.
Yeah, you haven't lost the Aura of Vitality yet, but Lyran, you save.
Hold on. How far away are you? You're within range. I can.
Awesome.
I actually need to recheck, make sure I have.
That's a reaction, I
push.
believe.
Yeah, I have 2 Chronla shifts left, so
I
yeah,
mean,
you can
I'd
reroll
save
that.
it. I'd save it
Yeah,
for his
save.
con save, man, versus the deck save, because
Yeah, I have absorb elements, so it's all right. Don't worry about it.
Fair enough.
All right,
Okay.
all right. So let me see.
because the likelihood this thing does more than 20 or 40 damage, right,
Yeah.
is
Alright. That's going to be 21 points of fire damage. Lyran, it's reduced. For both of you, it's reduced by half, so 10. Lyran, you take 5.
well, I mean, you got to cast absorb.
Oh,
Well,
and
he's
then-
gotta, yeah.
Actually, it's and I also have resistance to fire, so
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
So you're already fine. Yeah.
Yeah, so you both take 10. Lyran, you take 5. Maston, you take 10 points of fire damage.
Now make a con save.
Yes.
Whew.
15.
Success.
Yeah.
You
Nice.
maintain Aura Vitality.
Less coming in. Sorry, gone.
Thank you
Oh.
for the bless. I appreciate it.
Yeah, the bus is.
Yeah.
You guys are. It's really
That's
saving
why
your assets
Rocco
today.
suggested keeping Bless up, right? That's why I cast it for
Bless-
the first time in a while.
Flash
Alright.
is really underrated, I find. It's not as used as often as it should be.
All right, Lyron.
Da, 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 da.
Ashton's just gonna say, I think we should try to cool this thing off a little bit. Focus all
Does in fact wonder, yeah. Yeah, might as well just start chipping away at it. I don't have any higher level spells, so I'll throw a chromatic orb at 3rd level.
All right.
It's at advantage. Because of 2/2.
No one's made an attack against it yet, so you do have advantage on this.
Why did it not make an attack roll?
No idea.
That's a good question.
Because it's you.
Indeed. Okay, I'm gonna use a Ray of Frost just to make the attack roll.
You got it.
It's a
One
15.
more?
It's at
You do have it.
advantage.
Yep, 2/2
Nope.
is helping him.
Nice.
There we go.
15 would not hit, but that 27 absolutely does.
Red.
So 15 points of cold damage to it. All right.
Hold. Let me just check something.
Arden, you have to make an Arnold Schwarzenegger Mr. Freeze joke. Come on, do
No, thank you. But
it.
I'll use the 2 sorcery points and Ray of Frost it, just for good measure, so that it can't move.
Don't
You
forget
got
about
it.
your familiar.
What?
You're familiar, so you can use it for bonus action help, remember? Or your familiar's help action?
Yeah, I'm gonna like your familiar takes turn at the end of your turn.
I know, just reminding you that it's there is all.
Yeah, I know. Chill touch.
Oof.
And now I'll use my reaction. And not chill touch, Ray of Frost.
All right.
Okay, 20.
20 does it.
Cool.
Love how
12
your
cold
cantrip
damage.
almost did as much as the fucking 3rd level spell.
Yep. Fun times for everyone, really.
Hey, happens sometimes.
I will then social distance.
Hmm.
Give advantage. And end turn.
All right.
God, that was a heavy turn.
All right. The aspect does not like being surrounded like this, so it is going to use its last legendary action and 2/2. High or low?
Hi.
It attacks Ian.
Oh,
At
nice.
advantage. Bye, Ian.
Oh.
Nope, not at advantage. Totem spirit. It's what?
You see it raise its giant molten fist to you, and you just go.
Picks up the gigantic fucking rubber duck he got at the beginning of the campaign, just throws it at it.
You throw it at it, and as it just kind of looks down at you, as I'm assuming a 22 hits.
Would you
Try.
believe me if I said it doesn't?
No.
Okay.
You take 16 points of fire damage.
That's a down, Ian. That is a
Noted.
down,
Yeah.
Ian.
So as you throw the duck at it, it just kind of like you hit it in its face. It pauses for a moment, and then just uncaring.
You know,
Rocco.
I took a calculated risk, but man, am I bad at math.
Rocco looks down at Ian dying on the ground on fire. Damn it, Ian! This is no time to take a nap! Use my bonus action to cast Healing Word on him. You get 9!
Oh, baby.
And I will use my action and toll the trash on the big boss.
All right.
18!
Let's see if it makes that wisdom save. It gets a 9
So it
and
takes
fails.
18 damage.
So your trash bell rings and rings and rings, and it does not seem like it enjoys that so much.
Fuck off! Go's gonna back up.
Just like one of those bells you put on your bike.
No, what it is one of those trash can. It's like those trash can instrument guys just playing in his ear.
Ian, you are unconscious. Oh no, you're conscious now. You're on the ground. You are hurting. What do you do?
I'm gonna crawl
Whack
away
it.
a little bit,
Okay.
and then
And hold on. Okay, you're good.
that's important to know. All right, cool. I'm going to take a halberd. I got a halberd. And stand back up, and I will then poke him with the halberd.
Go for it.
All right. Reckless, of course.
Of course.
Of course. 21.
21 does hit.
Do I take damage?
You do.
All right.
You get your damage off first, but
11 slashing damage.
you're gonna hate me.
Did 9 damage, didn't it?
Yeah.
Damn you.
A valiant effort, though.
Well, the dumb idea I had at the beginning of the session was worth a shot. Back to 0.
Oh wait, you are 10 feet away. Hold on, let me check something. Actually, no, you don't take the damage. I am mistaken.
Oh yeah, because it's 5 foot. Yay! It survived.
Hey,
Never mind.
want
You
you to
are
know-
good.
that's a thing?
Poke it with a stick.
I don't know,
With
man.
a
I just
long
thought
stick.
maybe poking it would be a little bit more effective than smacking it with a fucking hammer. And then we'll give.
Oh no, you're doing around the same amount of damage, but you're not. But as the fire jettisons out of its body, you're not in the way.
Oh, baby.
Wait, is it an AoE thing or is it just the person that hit it?
The person
Just
that
the
hits
person
it.
who hit it.
Ah, fair.
Oh my god. I'm a hidden genius. I'm gonna smack it again.
Go for it.
26.
Absolutely hits.
For 7 slashing.
Use the 3.
All right.
And
It is-
then
As you are like carving into this thing, it is looking a bit rough.
I'm gonna poke it again.
Go
for
for it.
22.
That hits.
For
11 reduced to 5.
11. Man. You know, I don't think pulling this out was the greatest idea because it's doing a lot less damage, but I'm not getting hit, so I think it's an equal trade-off. All right, pass.
It is more than an equal trade-off, man. I can't keep healing you. I will run
Alright,
out of
yeah.
spells.
Cosette.
Yes.
Roll that not 20.
Let's
You got
see.
it.
We gotta
You
hide
are-
first.
You're not hidden right now. You did
Oh,
fine.
shit.
You did.
Let me rehide myself real quick.
Go for it.
Nice.
You are stealthy Mama Jamma.
Here we go.
Oh no.
Plus, less.
Well, plus,
Plus,
yeah. Roll
plus.
that d4. Yep.
Oh, you
Oh,
are
yeah.
plus. That could make the difference.
Oh,
Alright, hold on.
Nope.
Oh.
Hold on.
yikes.
I mean, this is like the first hit in Cosette's entire career that she
Did
hasn't
she
hit.
miss? Yeah.
Yeah,
There's
cause
Bug flew in, an ember flew into her eye.
yeah.
There you go.
As an ember flies into your eye, you launch the arrow and it flies directly into the aspect's mouth, seemingly having no effect against it.
Damn.
Alright, there's your action. Bonus action. Are you moving?
No, I'm gonna just rehide.
You can't.
I can't. No, am I? Right. Okay. I'll just stay where I am then. I think I'm
Alright.
good.
Alright. It is the aspect's turn. And it is looking really rough. So, it is going to...
Surrender.
Yes, the aspect of fire shall surrender.
Look, eventually, if I just keep saying it, one thing is gonna surrender, and it's gonna be worth it.
There. Alright.
It has 10 foot of reduced movement, by the way.
You were right. Oh, damn.
Thank you. Lord.
That is actually gonna play into this. Okay, so it's gonna get to there. As it seems to be crossing this pathway to get to about there.
Oh god damn it.
Cosette, you are immediately shunted out over here. You don't take any damage. But this section of the trees are immediately just emulated.
Stop burning. Stop burning all my hiding spots.
Didn't roll good for that either. This could be the turning point. Alright. Alright. And it is just not happy with any of this, so it will... Cosette, you are very close to it at the moment.
Yes.
And you've been able to get some really good hits off of it. You've knocked off its horn.
Mm-hmm.
Not very happy with you. It's gonna make an attack against you.
Mm-hmm.
Does a 13 hit?
Does it? Wait.
No, it does not
Really
hit you.
shouldn't.
It shouldn't.
Yeah.
I would hope not.
It meets it.
Whoa, you cannot have a 13 AC.
I do, apparently.
Do you have
Do you-
armor on?
what-
I think so.
What's your dex modifier?
Plus
Plus
3.
So, I mean, did you not put armor on your character sheet by accident? Because at minimum, you start with leather armor, which would make it a 14.
I forgot to equip it.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
Okay.
So,
Like, if you look on your sheet, it should,
There should be a little checkbox
Like-
next to it.
yeah. Like, if you press, for me, scale mail, for you, it might be leather armor. If you press the info, you can have equipped, use as resource, as an attack, and hit the equipped button.
where is that?
Like,
Should be-
okay, so go to your inventory and hover over leather armor. And if you hover over it, there should be a little info, like next to the however much it weighs.
Yeah, the little eye, yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
It is. Nope. I'm looking at it. It is registered as equipped. It's just not actually doing the calculations. But
Oh, so
Oh,
roll 20 fucked up is what's happening. But your AC is 14. It should
Oh,
be.
Yeah, I was about to say, this-
okay.
you'd be the
I'll
one.
just fix that, I guess.
Yeah, I got that. That's a fuck up on roll 20. You're good.
geez, I know you're
Okay.
confident, Claire, but come on now. A little bit more AC is great.
We weren't
But
aware
you-
Cosette was a nudist this whole time.
Entire
Oh.
time.
It's not the Legend of the Mothman. It's the Legend of the gliding streaker. But anyway,
Covered in feathers!
you're good.
Hey, we don't know. Mothman might be nude.
Yeah. But anyway, it'll take its second attack against you regardless. 14 to hit.
Don't
Wow,
have
after all that.
Okay,
As a
Claire,
reaction,
like
can I-
you did invest into a proper armor. It's not leather, right? Yeah.
No, it's leather armor in their inventory.
God. What was that, Claire? You were saying?
assuming it's doing some kind of fire attack on me, can I?
Yes. It did. So it brought down its molten fist. You're able to dodge out of the way, but it swats you with its other hand, dealing 22 points of fire damage.
As a reaction, can I cast absorb elements from the ring?
You can.
Nice.
exactly why we gave you
Oh.
that.
So as you duck out of the way, you see this molten hand making impact. You know you don't have time to get out of the way, so you just hold out your ringed hand forward, allowing the spell to be released, and this sort of arcane runes form in front of you as the aspect of fire hits it. His hands slow down a bit as the runes
Wait,
grow.
didn't we put a stack of shield and a stack of absorb elements in that?
Yes.
Just cast shield. I have it written on the ring itself. Hold on.
I mean, what's wrong
Yeah.
with using this one?
Well,
Because shield
makes
completely prevents it.
yeah. You can take no damage with shield.
Okay, I mean, all right, I'll do shield instead.
Sorry about that. It just
I've never used either of these spells before, so
It's all good. No worries.
sure, okay. So yeah, I guess shield.
You cast shield, and it's able to stop the aspect's hand in front of you, and it's unable to break that barrier.
Cool.
I did the ring. Make sure to remove those.
Yeah, we lost haste as well. Don't forget that one.
Yeah. There we go.
Oh, is Tutu no longer hasted?
No,
you do
no.
say hasted, but the haste spell's no longer in the ring.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We keep track of what spells in the ring on the ring item itself, so I just edited it.
Yep.
We have successfully thwarted Michael's plans.
Nice.
The owl lives another turn.
I have successfully used the word thwarted. That's my word for the day. Thank you.
You alive, Michael?
Yep. Just need to get one thing straightened out here. Sorry, it's again, my light bulb blew out, so I'm kind of playing in the dark.
Yeah. No worries.
All right, but that will be the
Aspect's turn.
Yep.
2-2.
It is indeed Tutu's
Alright.
turn.
Nice. Tutu's gonna yell, "Hey, Maston, if you can, put the wall back here. Keep it from healing with the trees." And...
Yeah, wall's already used. Sorry.
Oh, you don't get to use that more than once.
Yeah, but I
F.
can. I got an idea to maybe put a dampen on things. Literally.
Yeah. Tutu has a dagger. Can she throw that at the thing? I mean, yes but no, but yes but no. I would rather also not die here. It would be nice to not die. Gonna use second wind, so
All right, good use of second wind.
5. I think it's 5, or is it 4? It's 5. Neat.
All right, 10
We're
points.
past half HP, baby.
Woo!
Wow. Dead brain. 10. Where do you not need? Where would you like me to not be, Maston?
Well, currently, my idea is to basically make it literally rain by putting out all the fires and making the trees damp. Right now, just that way the fire elemental can't burn them immediately. I'm not sure if that would work.
I have no fucking idea.
I could also try to do Cone of Cold to kill the elemental and then also hit the snake at the same time. So I would need you to not be anywhere in this kind of area, so I don't hit you.
Yeah.
I'm trying to angle it so I'm not hitting.
I feel like the
Cosset.
might be the better plan.
Yeah.
What
Besides,
is
it's 100
Cone of
foot. Hold on. Well, it's a modified Cone of Cold. It's 8 98, and also it's 100 feet instead of 60.
Oh my! Oh god! Oh yeah, definitely do that. Holy crap!
Yeah.
All right.
Is it
So
still like the? Yeah, 100%.
So I want to angle it so that way. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Like however far that
Nice.
goes off screen. Yeah, that.
all right.
One thrown dagger at this thing. 12 plus 2, I imagine, does not hit.
It does not.
F. Goodbye, dagger. Anyway.
You throw your dagger and just bounces off its stony hide.
Let's see. Pop in there. Do an attack with the. Nope. And yeah, I gotta get the fuck out of dodge.
Yep.
And yep, and it can attack me if it would like.
You know what? It would like to. It will use its reaction to try to make a stomp at you. As it brings up this sort of almost like, it's strange because it does have this like fire column like body, but in this weird moment you can see sort of the earth just get dragged up from where it was and just kind of like almost throw itself onto you. Does a 18 hit?
Let me see. I don't meet it. Yeah.
All right. You take 20 points of fire damage, and I need a con saving throw.
Are they conscious?
Who's conscious?
Okay.
So as you try to leave the space, you are knocked prone as this thing is able to just boom on top of your head.
I do have haste movement. Can I still get up and get away? Or is it still? I mean,
Yeah, so it'll cost
reaction.
half your current movement, so your normal movement speed's 30?
Yeah, so that was 15 out of 60.
Oh, no, so it'd be 30 since your flat movement speed is 30?
Yeah.
So that's 30 feet, so you have another 30 feet of movement if you would like to try to keep moving.
Yeah, still getting out.
Alright.
15,
As-
20, 25.
So as you try to scurry away, it's able to react and sort of pin you down for a second, but you're able to get back up and just, with the aid of the spell, able to dash away pretty good distance away.
Neat. My turn was useless. Yay. That's it.
Hey, miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
God.
Alright. It is now Maston. The Borealis sort of thumbs in your hands as you can feel these sort of like quivering vibrations coming from it.
Masson will focus in on the Borealis and heal himself with the Aura Vitality because he took a couple bad hits recently.
Alright.
So take 9 points of healing. And he knows that it's probably time to unleash the big attack. So let's see, he's gonna go 1. Okay. And then I'm gonna angle it so that way it's going to miss. It's gonna go like here-ish. Almost like in a cone like that almost. To hit the snake, fire elemental, and the 2 little brats that are hanging around inside the forest still.
Alright.
Can they all make Constitution saving throws?
Yep. The aspect of fire got a 6.
Excellent.
But it will use one of its second legendary resistance to choose to succeed instead.
All right. It's a nice roll, actually.
37 ain't bad.
Ooh.
That's 18
Alright.
damage to it.
Yeah.
18 points of cold damage to the aspect. All right.
It's not the worst I've seen.
It definitely did not seem to like that.
I'm gonna look to. Maston's gonna look to Lyra and says, "We need to blast it with more ice. Hurry!" Also, does the cold do anything to the trees? Since fire, one of the main ingredients for fire is heat.
You cover the trees in frost. And while there is definitely, they seem to flash freeze for a moment. The supernatural heat of the area seems to sink back in as the ice seems to almost immediately start melting off the trees.
Okay. Is there any? Well, I guess Master can't really hide anymore, so Master will hang here for a little bit, I guess. In the meantime.
Alright. And yep, at the end of your turn, it definitely didn't like that, so it is going to use one of its legendary actions to throw one of its molten fists at you, sir.
Oh, lovely. Nice. Thank you.
Oh yes, thank you, Tutu. Completely forgot about that.
Forgot. Yeah.
Does a 25 hit?
Yes.
Alright, not bad for damage. You only take 10 points of fire damage.
Is that including the resistance?
It is not. You take 5 points of fire damage.
Excellent. And
And-
Constitution. Well, that is fun.
Oh.
Ooh. You're concentrating on Aura Vitality, so that is lost.
Yes. Yes. Well, that. You know what? I got a couple rounds onto it, so it's all good. I got a few rounds of it, so it's all good.
Alright. Lyran.
Lyran, if you would be not too much to ask, could you maybe frost this bitch?
He said gingerly as he was on fire.
Yeah. It is in fact a thing I can attempt to do.
Thank you. I would appreciate that.
It's did Tutu use the bonus action thing?
No.
No.
Okay. Let's not risk a spell slot then. So just Ray of Frost.
Nice
Now-
try. Nice try.
That'll definitely hit.
Hey, look, just as much damage as a third level spell slot, apparently.
Just how it is sometimes. But your Ray of Frost lands into the creature, and it seems to. The fire seems to start to fade a bit. Still burning, though.
Yeah, I have nothing for bonus actions. I will give advantage to the next person hitting it, but that's my turn.
Alright. Roko.
Okay, Roko. Roko will go balls to the walls as he cracks his neck. Goes, okay, time to finish this off! And I will cast a 3rd level guiding bolt up his ass.
Go for it.
It's advantage because of the help action. 19,
Does hit.
25 radiant.
Alright. Not bad. As your guiding can cracks into it, you can see you blow a hole through its large chunk of its chest, kind of revealing this sort of like. It's hard to look at now that it's fully exposed to just bright, burning inferno inside of it.
Oof, bless is carrying through today. Then I will smack it with my spiritual weapon as my bonus action.
Go for it.
15 misses, I know. Oof.
Just so.
What? I tried!
Oh wait, what the fuck?
Yep.
Oh, there we
And it will use one of its legendary actions. It's going to attack the closest thing herring. No. You know what? 1, 2, 3. Alright, Ian. Fist coming towards you, my friend.
Yes, Michael. Okay, Michael.
I'm sorry. The dice have spoken.
I don't think you're sorry.
Does an 11 hit?
No.
All right. So as this,
Did you? Was that with advantage?
Did you use
Uh,
the duck's
Well,
back?
I don't know. I don't know why I even asked if it was at advantage. I was just gonna use it anyway. Yeah.
yeah, nope. So an 11 misses. Very good thing you did that because otherwise it would have been a 17.
Yeah. No. Okay.
But
I don't know why I mentioned it.
But the molten fist comes down towards you as you just sort of like, as you see it start to wind up, you just kind of like, you kind of just like take your like biggest rubber duck you have left, and just sort of like chuck it at it, and kind of like throw the rubber duck in the center of its like inferno chest, and you just kind of like, it's weird because it's like this fire aspect seems to almost have something like heartburn for a moment, and then misses the attack.
It gave a flame elemental heartburn. My life is complete.
Alright, Ian.
Okay. So, first things first. I forgot I had these. I'm gonna chug a healing potion as a bonus action for solid 5 health. You know, it's better than nothing. Be one of my healing potions. And then I'm going to go to here. I'm gonna hit it again.
Go for it.
At advantage.
Love the tenacity.
Either it's dying or I am. 24.
24 hits.
Or, ooh, baby, 14 slashing damage.
14.
Yep.
Reduce to 7.
Uh,
And
second attack. 23.
don't bother. How do you want to do this?
Oh, baby. Kind of anticlimactic, but you know, I'm excited about it. So, as Ian throws out the rubber duck.
I'm sorry, do you want more pomp and circumstance?
No. I don't know.
As fire is raining from the sky and as there almost seems to be this sort of like ash in the air that's spewing from a volcano that's erupting in the back behind you towards the Ashen Grove. You stare this creature down, bringing your halberd down upon it. Its beaten, withered form starting to lay low before you, and as you're able to bring your mighty halberd up one last time, what do you do?
So, Ian having thrown another rubber duck, will just stick one on the end of the halberd and. You said it's on the ground, right? Or is it. I'll
Thematically,
you up.
thematically, we will say it is in the position that best suits your description.
I'm going to then throw the halberd at its head with the rubber duck on the end of it.
All right. So as this creature tried to take an attack against you, throwing your rubber duck, giving it somewhat of a heartburn-like effect, you grab your halberd, sticking one final rubber duck on it, and like a spear, tossing it and landing it square in the center of this thing's face as the creature reels back, giving a mighty roar. You can see the fire flicker out, and as it's sort of like, as its body seems to harden for a moment, as this dull glow is seen in it, and you can still tell that this creature is very much alive, but it seems to fall sort of in a dormant state for just for a little while. As this happens, your companions are finishing off the last of the elementals harrying you, but more seem to be on the way. As Oswald shouts out to you, "All right, we've only have an hour before the creature reawakens. Hopefully the ritual should be complete in that time. You, bear the Borealis. Bastion, I need you to step in the center of the circle."
Awesome. Understood. And Maston will begin huffing and begin making his way over with the Borealis.
Alright.
Can't really send the mill, can you?
You can if you hold Alt.
Okay, there we go.
Alright.
Maston holds it and places it down on the ground, waiting for instruction.
Alright. And as you are able to and as you are able to start giving your incantation, as you hear the incantations being given to you on either side, you hold the Borealis steady. You begin to feel the hot air around you start to cool for a moment, as the rest of you are frantically fighting off this army of elementals that seem to be swarming your position, almost instinctually trying to defend whatever and stop whatever ritual is going on. A desperate struggle goes out as many of you are starting to hit your last legs. But as you are standing there, the hour starts to go by as you see a light start to emerge from the aspect of fire once more. And as this is happening, you feel a sudden pulse around you as cold air surrounds you all now. The elementals seem to be shaken by this. And as this is happening, you see what seems to be. You see what this mist sort of surrounding the aspect of fire. But then, Maston, you feel a sudden. It's almost like you're getting a pushback, as Oswald says. As Oswald says, no.
What's happening?
Seems the Borealis has withered in its dormancy. And you can kind of see him, like, frantically looking, like, you can see him frantically trying to process information. And then he kind of, like, stops for a moment and says, the power of one's life could give it enough power to seal this entity away. Switch places with me. Give me the Borealis.
Are you sure you even? Are you sure? What? No. What? Are you sure? I don't even know if you could absorb. I mean, it could absorb your life force. You're not attuned to it.
It's the only chance we have, and please, I know I can do this, and enough has suffered under my mistakes. I don't want another. And as you can see, as he's saying this as he's still, like, kind of muttering the incantation, like, in between. And the circle starts to kind of fade, and you can see him outstretch a hand.
So, seeing that, I'll get ready to take his place in the ritual.
Alright.
Your deeds are forgiven. And Maston hands him the Borealis. I don't know, I haven't known you long, but you've repaid your debt to society, in my eyes.
And as you hand the Borealis over to him, you can see Dean's Wentworth kind of struggle for a moment as this interaction seems to weaken the seal for about a moment as he says, as Oswald takes it from you, he says to you, I appreciate that, but I do not know if I can be forgiven for how much trouble I've caused. As he takes his place in the center, and Lyran, you jump in. Oh, I did not mean to do that. As Lyran, you jump in, able to take his place almost seamlessly, studying the ritual before you're able to pick up where he left off. And as the Borealis is now in Oswald's hands, he plunges it into the ground, and you can see that it begins to crack, and bits of it start to sort of shed off of the center mass, as you can see him muttering more and more, as you see Ruffian run over, and he says, just looking at this, and as Oswald says, looks at him and says, I'm sorry. And as he brings the staff up once more and slams it back into the ground, more of it begins to it almost in its entirety seems to shatter as Oswald's talons start to freeze over, his feathers turning to ice, as you can see this sort of look of pain but resignation as his whole body shifts into a almost ice-like sculpture. As his body then and there is this sort of white light that consumes all of you. It's cold, and as you begin to regain your sight, you see your breath in the air, and hold on. And as you regain your sense of sight, you see shards of what seem to be ice gently falling to the ground. The ground beneath the seal shakes and swells as it starts rising from this ashen plain. Though it were a living creature, those of you outside the circle can see the mound start to thrash, momentarily assuming the form of the aspect. It lashes out in a fury before its shape melts away back into the earth, which rises still. Then, without warning, everything stops. The quake ceases, leaving a tranquil hill in the ashen plain. There's a moment of
Well.
calm. You see the elementals that had been swarming you but not a minute ago seem to flicker, and those with a more solid form turn to not ash and cinders, and those who only have a corporeal form of fire cease to be altogether. The Borealis is gone, and so is Oswald.
Well, that's it then.
Ah,
Aston will. Oh, you first.
that looks that way.
Surprised I'm not dead.
Aston's gonna look to Lyran and the dean and say, "Is it complete? Did we succeed?"
Well, we're not dead, so that's a thing.
Yeah.
It seems as though the seal has once again been placed upon the aspect, and it should not be a problem for some time.
The vagaries of some time.
Roko
Uh,
will
that
walk.
is-
Oh,
at least approximate, not within our lifetime, nor our children's, nor theirs.
Roko slaps Lyran. Don't worry about Lyran. I'm sure whoever comes around next can beat the hell out of it just as good as we did. You know, sickly it protects.
Whoever comes after us doesn't get a Borealis, though.
Sucks for them.
We'll see
Massen's
figure
gonna
something better out, I'm sure.
Massen's gonna pull Tutu, Ian, and Cosset aside and begin healing them because he knows that they took a lot of damage, especially Tutu on Massen's stupidity or lack of judgment. So he'll begin healing them.
Yeah, Roko will join
Ed.
too. I got a bunch of spell slots
Well.
left.
Thank you
Yeah.
very much.
Of course.
Don't worry about it. I don't know why you're apologizing to me, Maston.
Heat, I can't keep healing you. Eventually, I'll run out of spell slots. Also, Heat, so I have a bunch of spell slots.
I said I'd run out eventually.
No, I'm kidding you.
I
You
didn't
also
think the
see-
battle would be over in 3 more rounds, okay?
Same.
Hey, you got that ray of frost really fucked it over.
Yeah.
Did it take
But-
was it vulnerable to cold?
It was not
No, it
vulnerable
was-
to cloud.
Yeah, it was the movement speed because it couldn't get in the trees proper to heal up.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's literally why I spent the spell slot, the sorcery points. Jesus Christ, brain.
Yeah, no, that was a good call.
We also
And
did
as
some major damage right after too, which helps.
Oh yeah, but as Trevor and Havel will also go over and start assisting tending to the wounds, and as your group sort of takes a moment to breathe, and for the first time in a long time, and not since the mountains, you breathe in what seems to be this sort of cold air. And it's nice to your ash-ridden lungs. It feels like you're able to breathe properly for the first time in what almost feels like weeks, if not months. And as you tend to your wounds and start to regroup with the rest of the force, you all start making your way back to Elderheart. On the way, you are able to rest up and recover from your injuries proper. Some of you seem more shaken than others, but the party as a whole seems to be going strong. And eventually, on the next day, you return to Elderheart. Not as not as people simply in a desperate struggle to survive, but as saviors to your home. And as you come back, there seems to be cheering. There seems to be the entire city there cheering you on as you return triumphant from this crisis. The and festivities begin. In the coming in the coming day, the council you're brought before the council once more, and with you and the rest of those who accompanied you, uh give your reports and are told you've done a fine job. And that you're to meet them in the tree trunk district in about an hour. And as you do, you all do whatever you may to celebrate your victory, or to contemplate the losses that have happened. And when the hour is up, you are brought to a grand stage where all 5 members of the council stand before you. And Speaker Berta speaks up and says, "Citizens of Elderhart, no, of Humblewood, it is my greatest pleasure to tell you that the fires that have ravaged these woods for months now have ceased, and that the creature responsible has been sealed away and will not bother us again, at least in our lifetimes. And for this, we have much thanks to give to the tenders and their fine work, to the newly established Wildwood Brigade, to the Birch Guard for their valiant protection of us as always, and to these adventurers," as she gestures to your group, as she says, They have gone through trial after trial to not only save us from bandits, but from the prime forces of the elements themselves. For this, they have our eternal gratitude," as she turns to you all and gives you a deep bow, as the rest of the council members follow suit. And she says to you all, "I wish each of you shall be given a gift for your service." And as she does, she seems to her assistant, this older Corvian man, comes up and with a sort of like almost pillow like a pillow that he's holding. Uh, you see several medals strewn across it, and each of you are given this wonderfully decorated medal with the Elderheart crest emblazoned upon it, finely decorated. And she says to each of you, "And we wish to give you something as well." As she presents to you a bow. It has a fine red feather on the end of it. And she presents it to your group and she says, "This bow shall help you strike fair and true at the heart of evil, should you come across it once more." And whoever among you wishes to take it may.
She looks at
Um,
Gossip.
We all kind of look at Cosset.
Yeah.
Well-
What kind? Oh yeah, I guess like Kasa can use any bow now.
Well, gee, that's awful fancy.
It is a long bow, and it is a red feathered bow.
Ooh. Takes it. You can see
Meaning
like a
it's just a
sparkle in her eyes.
meaning it's just a long bow with a red feather.
Yep, nothing else special about it. It is purely sentimental. I've
That's a
added,
nice looking bow, though. I will say.
I have added it to your journals.
Nice.
Back
But-
of Roko's head's just, that would have been useful during the fight.
But they say, and as she hands this bow to you, she says, "May the woods forever have your service." And there's a large cheer. And as the ceremony finishes, and you all start to step off the stage, Lyron, you get a tap on your shoulder as a familiar to you and basically only you, Corvian man stands by the stairs and he just says to you, "Make sure you stay in town for a few days."
I nod.
He just nods back and he goes off. And
Well,
as
we have saved the council from the far aspect, but who is gonna save us from the council?
And as you all go off and celebrate in whatever manner you are accustomed to, whether that be borderline rioting to more or less spending a nice quiet evening in a library.
I eat so many bug kebabs.
And your
Nice.
and your bug kebab seller is back in town, and he sees you, and he says, and as he sees you, he says, "Hey, so I'm really sorry for how I treated you. I was scared, of everything that was happening, and I shouldn't have treated you so harshly. Tell you what, rest of the day, kebabs on me.
Now that's what I like to hear.
Feel free to abuse that as much as you want.
Yes, like I said, I'm gonna eat so many bug kebabs.
You eat
Yeah.
you eat so many bug kebabs. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh boy.
And anyone else who wishes to gorge themselves on whatever.
Oh boy.
Ooh, Gossette. You get to about your 6th bug kebab. Ooh, maybe you should have stopped at 5. Maybe you should have stopped at 5.
Would you care
Fortunately,
for a thin mint wafer?
and at that, fortunately for you, there's no end of ledges in Elderheart for which you to exfoliate the contents of your stomach.
Give me a moment while I make an owl pellet.
and you just hear a no from the middle distance.
You gotta imagine, this isn't the first time this happened in this city.
My cabbages.
That is exactly what you hear, as you have ruined some poor man's cabbages. And he is
Goddamn.
unaware of who did it.
Cabbage farmer moved dimensions, and yet he's still tormented.
He's like,
Change dimensions and race.
yeah, he's like, damn it, I became a furry, I still got nothing for it. But out of curiosity, is there anything anyone else would like to do to celebrate?
I
As
would
the-
like to start my undead army. No.
Oh my god, what the hell is that? Heath?
It's a raccoon rave.
I know, and I'm very concerned that you found it.
How? I just want to know how.
The internet is a magical place.
Dude, man, it's supposed to run, but the image didn't GIF up proper. So I'll load the YouTube video apparently that has it.
Can
So-
can someone finance me 50 gold?
Good luck. Nobody in this party.
Not at the moment, no.
I got
Great
15.
Oh,
Madison will just hand you 15. Here you go. I've got one for gold myself, so here's all the gold I have.
There. There's the actual rave party.
God.
Jesus.
The internet is a magical place, isn't it?
It really is.
I guess while Maston's kind of relaxing, he will begin casting a. Can he try to cast plant growth, but like kind of shape it in the corp, and that it sacrificed his life to make it be absorbed into the Borealis, kind of as like a memorial?
Yeah. So you go to your. All right, Heath. I don't know where the fuck this is. Anyway,
It's a commercial, apparently.
that's serving. Anyway, but yes, Maston, as you take a moment to remember the fallen, you head off to a cemetery that is within the branches of Elderheart, and using plant growth, you are able to set up a small memorial to Oswald Ebonheart. And as you do, you can see what seems to be Oswald, and well, actually no, just Oswald at the moment. Seems to come up and
At the moment?
at the moment.
That was ominous.
He just turns his eye, he just like sees him, and then just disappears. What the fuck was that?
You look
Anyway.
overhead and a giant shadow looms over you.
Yeah, but
He reincarnated into a rock. Jesus, no.
but Oswald comes up next to you and says, "Hey, you did a fine job on that, I guess."
It's not my best work. I probably should have asked Ian for help. Now that I think about it. But maybe I'll ask him to get some of the finer details. He's a much better woodsman than I am.
I won't worry about it. I think Oswald will be happy with it. Stupid bloody fool.
Why aren't we all fools?
Hey, I can't exactly say I'm the brightest candle in the cathedral, but still.
Yeah.
I just wish he came to us earlier.
Well, life is full of regrets. The only thing we can do now is to make up for them and make the worlds realize that they can still fix their mistakes.
Hey, I think that's a good idea.
Yeah. Thank you for your help. It's kind of done this without you.
You youngins got the world in your hands pretty good. I think it might be time for this old bird to sit down and retire.
Well, it's always good to stop while you're ahead.
He kind of nods at that.
Madison will bow to him as politely. But I think it's time we all should celebrate. Before you do.
Hey, you go on ahead. I think we'll stay a minute longer. And you can see him kind of, as he says, he pauses for a moment, then you can see him kind of pluck a feather out from his head and lay it at the feet of this wooden statue you have constructed of Oswald, and you can just see him say kind of under his voice, he's like, "I forgive you." As he just kind of crosses his arms and just kind of stares. And
Master will let them have he'll let the Ashen Knight have a moment to mourn his friend. Or doesn't want to intrude.
And as you start to let Ruffian to his morning, you see Suzanne the seer approach, and you see she has what seems to be a ring of flowers in her hands. And she kind of like, as you passes you by, she kind of pats you on the shoulder and says, "You did a fine job." With kind of this very sincere smile.
Well.
She
You first.
she was then going to walk off if you have something to say. No?
What?
She was going to walk off if you have something to say before she does.
No. I was. I thought you were gonna say something. Sorry.
No.
No. Master will just thank her and begin making his way back to the party.
Alright.
Whatever they're doing. So.
Alright. You get back to see Cosette launching an owl pellet. Probably, you know what? Cosette, strength check.
Oh my god.
See how far you huck
Jesus.
this thing.
Now it's the nat 20. Oh, pretty close.
Jesus.
You just hear as there's just this of what seems to be half digested like carapace and shell just get and you clear the next street below you.
Damn it, Doc!
As
Incoming. Don't worry. Look out.
as a few seconds later you just hear someone go, "My cabbages!"
Sorry.
You know, I think that's probably one of your most impressive shots, to be honest.
Oh, you saw that, huh?
Yes, and I'm very amused by it. Can you try to hit the guy instead?
Well, there's always the next shot.
That is very true.
The
You
rest
should try these kebabs though. They're really good.
You mean the ones that you're currently throwing up on? I mean, you're currently throwing up because of?
Oh yeah, they're on the house.
as you see as you see the guy working the stand, he smiles, but he kind of has the smile of someone like, "Oh, I've made a terrible mistake."
Bastion was like, you know what? If I'm gonna eat one of these, mostly because I just fought a giant fire elemental, and if I die because of this instead of that, I don't know what life has in store for me anymore. So he just says, "Fuck it," and just takes one of the kebabs and begins nibbling on it.
There we go.
Ah, not bad. It's kind of got a nice crunch to it, and a gooey center.
He starts choking and nobody knows the Heimlich maneuver. And we found out it was a rock bug.
God.
That's just having enough flashbacks to eating worms now.
Oh my god!
Make a Constitution
like-
saving throw. 14.
Maston's gonna like hold it down, but then he's like, he's gonna look and says, "Hey, look, that guy's cabbage is trying to roll over." And then like, while the both of them are distracted, Maston's just gonna throw it off the edge of the tree.
Make a sleight of hand check.
God.
Oh no,
So-
I trimmed.
Oh, I have a thought. Tries to
What?
throw it off, but Tatu just grabs it out of the fucking air and chows down.
Yes, absolutely. So as you kind of give this sort of like distraction, you kind of just try to sleight of hand, just. But Tutu sees it, and as the kebab leaves your fingertips, it is in the air for a nanosecond as Tutu just goes.
Tutu, you showed up.
Yeah, eventually.
Here for kebabs?
Whose birthday is it? Sorry, I just feel like that's a Tatu thing to say.
Nah, you're good.
You know what? It's just a celebration. We don't get to do much of these all too often.
Bitter buck.
Tutu just says, "Nice," and we'll just keep munching on the kebab and be like, what are you guys doing after this?"
Probably return to the tenders. Not quite sure what they're going to be assigned me to do next. Hopefully it's nowhere near the fucking mountains.
You know?
How about
Fair.
yourself?
Mm.
Suppose what
Oh shit, I gotta do something. 1 second. I forgot something. This poor Grubhub driver. Just says, "I'm gonna," and then just has a dawning look of horror as two brain cells connect and say, "I'm gonna be right back," and just yeets to do some unknown thing of memory. Well, because fuck.
All
The
good.
mob's calling in his favors.
I don't like where that's. I'm very fearful what she's actually doing now.
being known as Grubhub is calling.
I'm back.
The delivery service that sells you grubs. Nice. I knew that would take off. Nobody believed me.
So,
What about you? What do you plan on doing, Cosette?
I think I'm gonna go back to the woods. I've had enough of the city life.
Fair enough. As a bandit or independent bandits or just doing your own thing?
I'm not really sure. I got to admit, I kind of like doing the sneak in the ambush thing.
Well, if you ever need any services, be sure to call in the tenders or the rest of the party. I'm sure they'll help you out with any schemes you might have in planned.
Oh, you gonna aid and abet me?
Well, I think I have a few favors.
Well, you're a good one. She like sort of pats you on the shoulder.
Fair enough. Thank you. I appreciate it. And thank you for your service to Elderhawk.
Well, it was a fun little romp.
Thought it was.
I only lost a few tail feathers. She like turns around and shows like she's missing more than a few tail feathers. I feel like she got pretty singed there.
yeah, you can probably see like the very tip of like her skin on her tail.
Becoming a true phoenix, you are. Now, if only you could reignite and whatever. Nah, actually, that's a terrible idea. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I think I've had enough of catching on fire.
Well, you're halfway there.
Well, anywho,
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna retire for the day.
All right. Have yourself
I'm
a
pretty
good night.
booked.
Fair enough. Have yourself a good night.
Alright. Anyone else doing anything?
This is the day after everything had occurred.
Yeah, this is basically you're still in the everyone's celebrating your victory right now.
Rocco's running around with Jimmy, handing out every pamphlet he can.
How very Rocco. Jimmy's just running behind you, be like, here, Recycler helped during this crisis. Here you go, here you go, here you go.
Recycler protects, look at me! Didn't get a single hit in the entire fight! Didn't get touched! Recycler knows what she's doing!
As as you guys just see Roko and Jimmy just running around frantically handing out as many of these haphazardly crafted pamphlets as possible to anyone who will take them. Trying to ride the
Hey,
momentum of their achievement.
Hey, Michael, question.
Answer?
What type of clothing is the uniform we got from the bandits and fortress? Thank you.
Oh, what kind of colors?
No, what kind of clothing is it?
So you specifically got sort of these sort of red and black robes, mainly black with red highlights that have the bandit symbol emblazoned on the back.
Yep. I have them marked as fluffy black robes. No, fluffy black red robes.
Okay. All right. Unless anyone else is doing anything, we will proceed. So,
Well, my question still stands. Like, what kind of clothing is it?
it's kind of like, so you got kind of like robes that kind of have this. They're thicker robes, like they are like winter coat sort of things.
Oh, perfection. I have 50 gold.
I'm frightened, but continue.
I know what we're doing.
So, would you like to do this now?
I mean, we're doing it for the next 3 days, right? Fastest deer alive?
Oh no. Jay, you're muted.
I
What?
needed 50. I needed 50 gold for Long Strider.
Yeah, sorry. My little brother asked me something. Can I get clued in? I spaced out.
Do you want to make the legend of the brown blur a reality?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so Michael, can I spend 50 gold and acquire Long Strider?
You may.
And that's what I'm doing.
Yeah,
for
no,
the
sorry
next
about
3
that. My
days.
little brother needed something, and that, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Oh
But-
boy. So, during this rampant celebration, Lyron, you quickly take the time to okay. You take the time to quickly get Longstrider, which for you, given your reputation in the city at the moment, not very hard to do. Quickly get it down your journal, and you gather Ian, and you are about to cement an urban legend.
Okay.
Yar.
Strider. 100. 200. So it's like 600 feet in a turn, right? I think.
Oh god.
I think my math might be a little bit off, but I don't know.
Alright, I'm assuming you're hasting him.
Yes.
Longstrider, so his movement speed's 50.
Yes.
So
Double that to 100.
Yep.
So
Double
he can,
that to 200.
Yep, and then he can dash, and then double
Haste and
dash.
action dash.
So yep, that's 600.
Imagine if I was just that guy and wanted to be the fastest ever and took 2 levels of rogue for cunning action so I can dash 3 times in a turn.
Right.
So, for any of you who see this for the brief second, Ian is still standing still. You two wander off into an alley, and Ian, how much of an attempt are you making not to just plow through everyone?
There's an easy way to answer this on a scale of 1 to 20.
No, man, on a scale of 1 to 20, yeah. She's trying pretty hard not to break things, but if it happens, it happens.
Noted. Alright. So, Lyron, as Ian takes off after you cast your spells, Ian, your whole being is vibrating at this point. Like, the whole world just slows down to a crawl and you just have this innate instinct to just run as fast as you can. And Lyran and anyone who sees this just sees Ian, and there's almost this sort of shock wave that happens when he initially takes off. And I need you to make me an acrobatics check to see how well you're at not crashing into everyone.
We're about to murder someone.
Please
He's
roll low.
moving at
Please
6
roll
to 8
low.
miles
Please
an
roll
hour. He's
low.
going through a wall.
12.
Come on, Ian's going
12.
A train on. Ian's gonna go.
That's what I'm hoping for.
So given
12.
the speed, and you guys can just see this brown blur as it is just knocking people over left and right. Some people just fly into neighboring stands, and you see this cabbage cart, and with this particular guy who's just pulling it, seems kind of like down. Like he's the only one who seems somewhat down during all this that's going on. But he's trying to pick himself back up. It's still a day of celebration. He's thinking, you know what? I can just try again tomorrow. I still got my cart and my cabbages. And then just boom! Ian, you just demolish this cart. Cabbages go everywhere as the cart just is shattered into millions of pieces as he just turns around, falls to his knees, and yells, "My cabbages!"
And there's just a
And just
single
starts
rubber duck
crying.
in the middle of the ruined stand.
Yes. As he's just crying and sees this rubber duck, he's like, "Ah!" But you, more or less in a minute, get from the tree trunk market all the way up to like the top of the high branches. And then after your minute, you feel like you have the worst like sugar crash ever for like 6 seconds, and then you're good.
Then I come back down in 2 minutes because I just have a little bit less speed.
Money well spent.
Oh yeah.
As the rest of you, everyone seems bewildered and is like, "Holy shit, what the fuck was that?"
I just feel like just the gusts of winds from Ian just sonic booming his way up the tree.
I sense a disturbance in the force. But you guys may continue to do that over the next few days.
And we do.
Ian, you actually do. You should just like try to steal everything from every shop, just because you can go so fast.
That's not how that works.
No.
That's not how that works at all.
But as you guys get yourselves, you guys spend the next couple days collecting yourselves, relaxing, recuperating from the battle, as life starts to slowly but surely return to normal in this area. And Lyran, you awaken and go down to to the common area of the inn to see a familiar-looking Corvin flag you down. As he comes up to you, says, "Yeah, all right. Council wants to see you, and the rest of your crew is invited to bear witness."
Rest of my crew.
Your friends.
No. I was trying to
Oh, you summon.
see if anyone's here.
Yeah, are we even in the same room at this point?
You, for sake of for sake of ease, I will say you may summon everyone.
I summon everyone. Yay, I get 9th level spell slots. Gate!
What did you now?
You have all more or less been summoned by the council. As
Yeah.
you,
Over.
they seem to want
That-
something.
Yep, that was in character. That's all.
Ah, got it. And
So I've been working on this. Check this out. I cast Gate. I summon a Nightwalker.
What?
so,
We fuck.
so you all make your way up to the council chamber rooms. Construction on the new on the new seats seems to be going swimmingly. As you enter, you are ushered into the council's chamber room once more as the secretary just kind of goes like, "Oh, hey, it's you guys again. All right, just head on them back. They're expecting you." As she's kind of like filing her talons.
Yeah, it's
And-
better be good.
And as you are all ushered into the room, the rest of you are kind of ushered to the side while Lyra and you are kind of instructed to kind of stand front and center. And in walks the council, and something's off. You see familiar faces. You see Lima Lux Ludima walk in, her white robes, pristine as ever. Oaken Wit, his armor gleaming, takes his seat as well, with a kind of a heavy thud as he lets his body weight onto the chair. You see the Masters of Logistics, Artentel, the older Corvian man who seems to be in his waning years. But you do not see the head of Arcana and Technology, Tyria Bellowstein, nor do you see Speaker Berta. In their place, you see what seems to be Dean Winsworth and a new face, what seems to be Pronghorn, one that is unfamiliar to you. As they all each take a seat, as the Pronghorn speaks, he has a low voice that fills the air as he says, "Heroes of Humblewood, it is my pleasure, as the new Speaker of the Council, to welcome you to this meeting/trial. Speaker Beta has taken it upon herself to retire, seeing as the events that have just transpired has, as she's put it, taken the last of her energy and working spirit, and she is ready to roost for a while. And as you may also notice, Tyria Berrowstein, head of Arcana and Technology, has also resigned, though he did not say much on the subject. The council has, during that time, elected 2 members. Myself, who has already been in the process of taking a seat among this council for a few weeks now, and someone who I'm told is quite familiar to you, as he gestures to Dean Winsworth. Council member Gabe Winsworth will be taking the place of Tyria Bellowstein as the head of Arcana and Technology. Before we begin,
Promotion. No, you
Before
first, it's fine.
before we begin, I would personally like to thank you all for your service to these woods. Your valiant efforts should not go unnoticed. Now, for you, Lion, you have been accused of the crime of necromancy. To this, how do you plead?
Some more specifics, if you would please.
You have been accused of participating and researching necromancies without any sort of prior authorization.
Oh yes, to that one I'm definitely guilty of.
I thought he was already punished, though.
They were kind get through all this?
In a way, yes and no. From what I've been told, your trial had been postponed while the matter of the Scorched Grove was being handled. However, in the intervening days, since your triumphant return, there's been discussion in these halls. Do you have intention of continuing any sort of necromantic research should the opportunity arise?
Okay, that is a very broad question. Possibly.
To what ends do you hope to achieve with your research?
That is an even broader question.
What are your goals with necromancy?
I mean, goals are very malleable things. My most recent goal with necromancy was the ray of enfeeblement used on the fire aspect, which I will admit was not as useful as I thought it was gonna be. Some regrets there. My ultimate goal was just research. Like I hadn't planned on actively using necromancy at all for like at the very least the next 10 to 20 years. But then the fire aspect happened and well, desperate times, measures, and the like.
Make me a persuasion check.
Now I just realized I used my inspiration. No.
Well, a few days have passed, so you do have your chrono shift.
Yeah, I know, but still, I was saving that. 15 is good enough. I think.
He kind of gives a nod to that. There's been discussion as of the last few days in a quasi-emergency meeting. Dean Winsworth, would you like to take over from this point? As the dean looks up and says, "It would be my absolute pleasure." Lyran, you have been a student of the Avium for how many years?
As Lyron pulls up his character sheet, hold on.
Hold on, I gotta get my
I don't think
registration
he studied
forms.
for this test.
That would be 14 years.
And in that time, have you ever thought yourself having ill will towards the Avium or any of its goals in the pursuit of knowledge and the spreading of knowledge?
Yes.
In what regard?
Well, just you ask whether I've had thoughts about, and yes, on occasion, I have. It's that they're more in the vein of the if you see someone on a ledge, you get the instant flash of I could just push them, but you never really act on them. But yes.
So
Yes,
no
God.
more than
Yes, Lyran. Talk about intrusive thoughts in a trial. Sorry, shutting up.
You're good. So no more though than passing thoughts. Yes.
Yes.
You're a very honest gentleman and a very specific gentleman.
Thank you.
No, these are good qualities. I quite like it in you.
Oh.
It is with this reason I have brought up that, given the circumstances that your investigation at the avium had uncovered, the fact that a necromancer had been living under our noses practicing necromancy, and it seems more than one.
Dean 2, yes, thank you.
Do not worry, I was getting there. It seems our ability to recognize and understand necromancy is more than lacking. And it was with this in mind that the council, much to my persuasion and the testimony of others, have decided to enact a certain initiative. And we were wondering if you'd like to be a part of this initiative.
Okay, some more details there. Like, I could agree to this, and then you can just go like, and for the first order of business is we murder you.
Fair enough. The council has, while not unanimously, has decided that there needs to be a more direct study of necromancy if we are to properly defend ourselves against such unsavory uses of magic. And it is with this in mind that, though there will be certain oversights, we are going to start an initiative to have certain researchers practice necromancy under supervised experiments. Given the fact that your history with the subject and your curriculum that you took at the avium with necromantic theorem, the council has decided to offer you a position as one of these researchers.
I mean, I have nothing against it personally.
Good. Once we get the more fine details set out, we are going to ask that you return to the avium. If you wish, you can also take up a teacher position there as well. I'm sure, given what happened, we do still need another necromantic theorem professor.
Wait, what happened to the necromantic theory professor?
Well, that
That trial is right next, right after yours.
uh well, it's likely that she may end up as a assistant to you in a way. Her
You're not
from
going to
what
turn
we
into an undead thrall, are ya?
no. From our investigation, it seems that her testing materials were acquired from the previous necromantic theorem professor, who had pushed her to do her own experiments in secret. It is with this in mind that while she is going to be, shall we say, demoted and her tenure is in jeopardy, she is not going to jail, if that is what you're afraid of.
Oh no, I was just idly curious.
Understandable.
But also it now we also have her professor involved in this. God, you could go to the avium and just throw a stone and run into the necromancer.
Kind of gives you a look. It's like, well, with this initiative, we're hoping that's not going to be much of an issue anymore, at least in the coming years. I am eager to see your progress, and I'm sure I'll see you at the avium every once in a while. Dean Birchwalker will effectively be your superior.
Wait, who was Birchwalker?
She was the raptor. She was the essentially she kind of was the second in command at the school.
Oh, okay, person who met us at the door.
Yep. Dean Birchwalker will be your superior, and she can give you more of the details once we get them straightened out. But in the meantime, you are a free man, and that tattoo of yours shall be promptly removed at your earliest convenience.
I mean, I really don't mind it. It's kind of nice. You can just summon guards at will.
Yes, but
Ow.
for us, if you are experimenting with necromancy, that can, how shall I say?
Ah, yes, I can see all the false skulls happening at this very moment.
Yes. Don't worry, I've been informed that the removal of such a mark is a lot less intrusive than its appliance.
Well, I believe the words you were looking for was blatant torture.
Yes, from my understanding, from what I've been told, as he kind of side glances at the rest of the council, some outdated methods are due for revision. But in the meantime, you are a free man, and we thank you for your service. If there's no further questions, this meeting is adjourned. And with that, you see with no one saying anything, you see the pronghorn gentleman stand up. He hits the gavel and he says, "Meeting adjourned then. Heroes of Humblewood, thank you for your attendance and your time." As the council members and their assistants stand and they proceed out of the room.
Well, congratulations on the job promotion, Aaron.
I never really wanted to be like a proper necromancer, though, Rocco.
And why'd you
Have
start
you
a
met necromancer?
necromancy?
Yes, but have you actually met a necromancer? Most of them are terrifying.
I mean, to be fair, you're the only real necromancer I've ever met. What?
You've met Oswald, you've met the guy. Oh no, you haven't met the guy in the woods.
The guy in the
Yeah,
woods.
but he was yeah. I haven't met him technically as well. I just saw what Tutu did to him, and oh boy, did he was into some shit.
Well, I mean, they're the bad necromancers. That's like saying all priests are crazy assholes, because there's always the ones that do ritual sacrifice.
Wait, all priests aren't crazy? Wait. I'm sorry, I was kind of using you as a benchmark.
Oh, welcome back, Andy.
Thank you. Sorry about that.
No worries. Don't worry about it. By the way, considering crazy, I'm surprised you weren't being called in with all the stuff you were doing with Ian.
Are we still in the council room?
I'm assuming you walked out.
Yeah, I assume we left because everybody left.
Okay. To be in my defense, I had a 40% chance of having all my magic removed, and if there was one thing I wanted to do, it was that.
I suppose if you're gonna go out with a bang. Or a sonic boom.
It's probably the greatest thing I've done with magic. Most of my spells either miss or just you do what a student can do with a cantrip, weirdly enough. God, I suck at blasting people.
I mean, you're pretty good against the fire elemental.
Yes, with cantrips.
Ah, well, I mean, they work.
Fair. You know, chromatic orbs are supposed to deal a shit ton of damage, and then I just ray of frosted and it did more.
Yeah, it's be like that sometimes.
Arcana's bullshit.
I just think it was funny after all the magic we threw at it and all the destruction, it was killed by a pointy stick with a ducky.
Well, to be fair, it was killed by Ian, and Ian can kill a thing with just walking really fast at this point.
That's true. We've also seen Ian frankly kill a lot of things.
Yeah, this entire thing started with Ian killing a lot of things. And it ended with Ian killing really big things.
Huh, it's like a full circle of life sort of thing.
Ian's just in the corner, just carving his wood, woefully unaware if you guys are talking about him murdering everything in sight.
Well,
I cast Long Strider on Ian, I cast Haste on Ian, and I just go, Ian, run fast!
Gone.
And the legend of the brown blur is cemented forever in Elderheart history.
The greatest thing I've done with magic.
And as you stand there admiring your work, your business with each other seeming to coming to an end. Is there anything any of you would like to say to each other before you depart?
We should handle Varen.
I still say I got the Wainwright building us a box right now. All we gotta do is grab him, put him in it, dump him in the ocean.
I marvel at your casual cruelty.
Look, he's trying to kill you. This is self-defense.
I really want to find an argument against that, but no. Point well made.
Hey, Cosset.
That
Wanna like things seem a little too, I don't know, quiet. You seem like you had a good thing going before all this.
I like to
How you
think I
feel
did.
about a plus one when people are too, you know, when people are braver and then they have more common sense?
Wait, say that again?
How do you feel about an extra person around when people decide they don't want to run away screaming?
Ooh. You know? I think some backup would actually do me good.
Stu gives a thumbs up.
Alright. You can be my little, my coal cryptid. We'll call you, see, what's a good name?
Sorry. Ooh,
Moth
if I become a
monster.
vampire,
The what?
if I become a vampire, they could call me Chupacabra.
Oh. Oh, I like that. The moth monster and Chupacabra.
There we go. It means goat sucker in Jervine.
Ooh. That's a fun one.
I know, right?
Are goats particularly juicy?
You know, I've never tried, but there's at least one pack roaming around wild. We could go find them.
You've got a point. Well then, my diminutive furry friend. I've got no
Well,
more business here.
yep.
So
I
whenever you're
probably
ready.
have it, but I'm not going to remember it anytime soon, so lead on.
Remember it for the two of us. Goodbye, the rest of you. Good luck with that Varen fellow.
It was nice to meet
And-
you. Too.
Yeah.
It was a
too.
pleasure.
You're-
You guys have fun.
Stu
And the
just
good winds
waves.
guide you.
I feel like I need to stop this, but I also seen Cosette shoot people.
Is so
I
like, are
feel
we
like
still
the council can stop this. Yes.
I mean,
let's
if
be
it's
careful.
between Varen versus Cosette and Tutu, I think they got it handled.
As far as
So
I'm
are we
aware,
still like way up in this tree?
Yeah, no, you're at the upper branches right now because you're still leaving the council room. Like you're kind of like you've just left the council chambers.
Is it? Would I be able to like glide and carry Tutu at the same time? Like a dramatic exit.
Tutu's a small creature. I'll say it's certainly possible.
Oh yeah.
So Tutu, can the chupacabra perchance fly?
Not without a lot of extra help.
Well, how about the moth monster gives you a helping wing?
Hell yeah.
And she just like takes you in her talons and jumps over the edge of the tree.
Cast
Nice.
fly on Tutu just for the hilarity of this.
So Tutu, Cosette picks you up, and then you feel as Cosette like jumps off, you feel lighter than air.
Tutu like wiggles free from Cosette and chests this out and is like, yeah, yeah, and is like doing excited twirls around in the fucking air.
I'll be darned.
Because
Chupacabra really can't fly.
more you know.
As
Yeah.
and as you see your two companions start flying off into the distance, you just see a confused onlookers just look out. The string, all right. The flying gerbine, huh? Some weird ass shit right there.
You can do anything with the power of friendship.
You
No.
can do anything with the power of friendship.
And
And third level spell slots.
Yeah.
and then the rest of you. Any last words to say to each other?
well, I'm gonna go set up the church, guys. So you know where to find me if anything else needs to be going down.
It was interesting meeting all of you. I'm sorry I missed out on such an adventure with the rest of you, especially after the first time we all met.
Yeah, don't worry
Oh.
about it, Maston.
I just hope that Jumbo does not come back looking for wherever the hell I am. And I hope it don't look for you either.
Why would they go looking for us?
I don't know.
What did you say?
They kind of we did kind of disturb its nest, to be honest.
We did no such thing.
Well, it's territory, sorry.
But the whole mountain is its territory.
Yeah. Either way, I just wish you guys luck, and especially against that Varen guy. I mean, I know you guys could probably easily kick his ass, but you know, just hope he doesn't get a quick shot on you beforehand. All right. Just want you guys to stay safe.
Will do. But been a pleasure. Good luck on your adventures.
And the blessing of Pacifica be upon you.
Haha,
God,
it's
please
better.
don't humor him.
Don't worry, Lyron. You'll be able to get into church anytime.
I don't know. The only thing I'm waiting for is the council just promised Ian the world's biggest duck, and I commissioned Elsa to find the world's biggest duck.
Like a real duck or a rubber duck?
I'm Good point. I was not very specific.
Oh no. Cause I don't think we want to get an eldritch horror of the Quackthulhu sort come into our land.
Cthulhu is just a myth, a legend, according to the tenders.
I don't know. I heard
Dear
it's the
small
Great
children.
Destroyer waiting to come.
I mean, in theory, so was the Borealis.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
The mighty quacks are not.
They say Quackthulhu will rise from the oceans to consume us all.
I mean, we saw an ice monster, we saw the wind monster, we saw the fire monster, we need the water monster, Roko. We need to complete the quartet.
What about the heart monster?
So as you guys are discussing the the interdimensional elemental beings that may or may not exist in the world, eventually you must part.
Masson is going to quickly ask Ian for one last thing to help out with the statue of Oswald before he leaves. To, just kind of refine it since he is the best woodsmith he knows.
Yeah, sure. That was good.
Awesome. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Alright, Ian. Make me a woodcarver's check. I'll say
I
with
rolled-
strength. I'll say with strength this time, since it is a much larger project.
And before you do, Roko will come up to Ian and go, You know, Ian, I just want to say, everything you've been doing lately has been fantastic. You're the great. That was a great kill, and really be enhanced. Take 2 of these and call me in the morning.
I don't know what I expected.
I don't either.
In other words,
Here we
you
go.
get the roll with advantage.
Alright.
25.
Alright, Ian, it takes you a while, but with the base that you have, you are able to carve out a almost lifelike rendition of Oswald Ebenhart, and you do notice something as you get started, and that is someone has put a plaque underneath this wooden statue. And it reads, to Oswald Ebenhart, loved by many, a friend to many. May his mistakes not outshine his kind and giving heart. And when you're done, you can almost feel you see out of the corner of your eye, just for a second, what you think is a Corvian gentleman dressed in a sort of dark blue robes, with almost a smile on his face. And when you go to look, you see nothing. And with the last of your business settled here, you all head off on your separate ways for the time being, until once again you are summoned by fate. Or by something else. And yes, before you ask, Ian, once you yourself settle down somewhere, about 3 months after all of this, someone comes and you see what seems to be a hedgeman, and he says, "He is here to make a delivery." And you look behind him and you see a giant rubber ducky, maybe about 20 to 25 feet tall, beautifully proportioned. It is pristine, and everything you hold dear and sacred.
Ian sheds but a single tear.
Tutu and Cosset, you two find some success, certainly in your plays in the wood, and have a more than successful career ahead of you.
Nice.
Lyron,
Kills fucking trucking with 2 magic items and Cosset with 1 and possibly 2. Anyway, shutting up.
Got that ring.
you do have that ring. Lyron.
Nice.
Lyron, you are free to take the job at the avium. Continue, if you wish, you may continue to study necromancy under the supervision of Dean Birchwalker. She's more than happy to have you in the avium, and Professor Nightseed, while not necessarily pleased to have been demoted to your assistant, is just seeming to be happy to not be in prison at the moment. You are able to take on any additional work you want as a teacher, if that is something that suits you, and you may teach any subject that you would care to uh, give to any of your students. Maston, you return once more to the tenders. A promotion handed to you, well earned. Your rank increases, and Havel of the Autumn Moon tells you that you will have a fine career with the tenders, and you've done great work, and have done their lineage of this organization proud. And and you are and your station is as far away from the mountains as possible, as been given you have been given charge of a smaller group of tenders to help push back the damage the Scorched Grove has done. And Roko, you continue to spread the word of Recyclia, slowly but surely gaining more followers as you do as you will. The Church of Recyclia down the roots, while not packed at the moment, certainly has more people in it, and you can occasionally, on your trips to whatever errands you run, hear people bring her up in casual conversation. Now, as for the woods itself, the tenders are continuing to do their work, healing the damage the Scorched Grove has done, and its size seems to, over the coming months, start to return to what it once was before all of this started. They heal trees that have been damaged and plant new saplings where only ash and cinder remained. While scarred and damaged, the woods, for the first time in a long time, seem like they're going to make a recovery. And whilst the grove itself seems to resist healing altogether, and seems like it will still be a part of Humblewood for some time to come, its influence on the woods as a whole is diminished. Ruffian, with the help of Wainwright, starts rebuilding Ashborough, taking it upon themselves to gather those who have been scattered to the winds and bring a sense of unity back to the town. The restoration efforts will be long, but Ruffian seems up to the task, and with the help of Wainwright, it seems as though Ashborough will rise from the ashes better than before. Benna proudly leads the Wildwood Brigade, now firmly established in the woods as a official organization, baked into now a governmental, almost governmental organization. They continue to fight fires wherever they may spring up, though this part of their work seems to have diminished over the coming months, and they spend more of their effort making sure supplies and those affected by the fires are taken care of. Banditry, while certainly not on the scale that it used to be, still happens in Humblewood, as some of those members of the Bandit Coalition are, shall we say, not adjusted to come back to society quite yet. However, these are but a much more, shall we say, subdued threat than it once was. And it shows, as many more people travel the roads now, confident that it's safer. As Perch Guard are more routinely sent out on patrols to make sure that travelers are safe along the roads. The Humblewood Council has finished collecting its new members. Now with now with 10 members among its ranks, 5 to represent the bird folk and 5 to represent the humble folk. The duties of each member seems to have been lessened with the growing council, and new policies have been set in place to make life more to make life easier for not only the humble folk but bird folk as well. A system of zip lines and pulleys has been installed into Elderheart, the making it much easier for the humble folk to get around, and some more nets have been placed to catch anyone who may accidentally fall during these travels. The trunk's infrastructure seems to be expanding, and the lower levels, Roko, you certainly would notice, the routes seem to also be expanding, and to your delight, more resources are being dedicated to improving the conditions of life in the routes. Supplies and relief aid have been given out much more freely as the crisis now is over. Some individuals of higher wealth have taken it upon themselves to help undo the harm that their inaction may have caused to these people. Elderheart, Elderheart and Humblewood as a whole seems to be coming into a new era of improved relationships between bird folk and humble folk. And while many lives have been lost, those who those who fought and gave their lives during the crisis have been memorialized. And strangely enough, though, no public record of Oswald Ebenhardt's involvement in the unsealing of the aspect in his actions after which have been really made public. It seems some favors have been asked, and his name has been left untarnished. And as you all go your separate ways, this chapter of Humblewood comes to a close. However, a new chapter is on the horizon, and the adventures to which they shall tell you are but for another day. And thus ends Humblewood.
And the
Thank you for
curtain
coming.
falls.
Indeed.
Bronco just turns at the blackout right over to frickin' Lyron as he's sitting next to him and goes, You know one thing about Lyron that we never did kind of find out? What the hell was the voice that started this whole thing?
Cut to black. But that was Humblewood. Thank you guys so
Yeah.
much for playing. It's been a pleasure running it for you. I hope you guys had some fun.
That was a
Oh,
lot
it
of
was
fun,
great,
Michael.
man. Had a great time.
Ian
Probably
will
the
be cemented as one of my best characters ever.
This is probably the first camp module I've ever completed fully. So thanks for that, man. I
Yeah,
appreciate it.
And it only took you 3 characters.
you did it.
But
I'm
the
looking for- I
question
was-
remains: do we get 6th level?
Yes, you may all take level 6 if you so desire.
Woo!
I
Huzzah!
have I have now broken my record by 3 levels.
Oh yeah,
Christ.
because Casper died.
Yeah, all of my wizards except Lyran have died upon reaching like 3rd level from creation.
God.
Well,
Uh,
what'd you guys think? I hope it